Hello and welcome to Rolling Solo Session 5. Uh, we don't know if we're going to live or if we're going to die. So, hi. Um, this is Rolling Solo. It's a solo D&D campaign starring Iona Miller, a first-level monk, and her trusty blink dog Finley, as they travel across the world of Chaya, at the moment trying to deliver a book, which they will not be delivering as they were beaten up last episode and the book was stolen. So with that out of the way, um, uh, I am your humble dungeon master and player, Paul, and don't forget to buy some Rolling Solo merch. Available wherever fine merch is sold, as long as that spot where fine merch is sold. Ah, man, my mouse is just. And I just realized that the microphone is not hooked up for that particular plate. So, um, all right, so without further ado, let's hop into our story. So, as I said last week, we were traveling through the town of, let's see, what town were we traveling through? We were traveling through the town of Buckingford. And in the town of Buckingford, we noticed that there were some posters. The posters had our names on them or our face on them for some reason that we didn't understand. We attempted to leave. We were followed by some thugs. They tried to beat us up. We beat them up and survived that encounter. And then a mysterious monk by the name of Cord Orkfriend. We don't know that name, but we know that name, but Iona doesn't know that name. Appeared, demanded the book. Iona fought back, was instantly beaten unconscious. Finley snuck off, came back, managed to stabilize her and drag her into an alleyway. We recovered. We moved forward from there. We snuck out of town. We got on the road. And now that we're on the road, we have an encounter coming up. So that's where we are with all of that. There we go. And there we go. Boom. Okay. And let us hop into above VTT. So this is the setting. It's nighttime. We're on one side of this this highway over there. Our two monks are, I don't know, they're on the right side of your screen, and we are on the left side of the screen. And the question is, can we survive this encounter? And the other question is there even going to be an encounter? And so one way we can find that out is by opening up. Oh, this is painful. Super painful. I apologize. So we're going to open up the Solo Adventurers toolbox here. I'm just trying to. The broadcast software is just really messing with my ability to navigate. We get the. Yes, this is where we are. So let's go to encounters, determining surprise. So the way this is going to work is it's nighttime. We are walking down the road. The first question is, have they spotted us yet? And so to figure that out, we're going to roll stealth. Oh man, listen to that metal die. we're going to roll stealth, and we're going to compare that to our opponent's passive perception. So to get their passive perception, let's up down here. Open the character sheet. These guys are clones, so see what I mean by the mouse? Look at that. Boom. Boom. Eek. So let's see. Their passive is 15. And the question is, can we stealth past their passive perception? So I will roll. That is an 18. Finley rolls a 4, which means they know there's something up here, but they don't know that there's two people up here. So, man, Finley. So I'm going to say they are aware of that there is a creature somewhere up on the road, but they haven't twigged to the fact that there's two of us. Let's roll them, and let's see if we're noticing them. So that is a 14. Actually, I'm going to roll these guys as I usually do on the sheet. Come down here, no roll stealth. Okay, so they're pretty stealthy. And then let's get a second stealth roll here. There we go. Natural 1. Okay, so we have them being aware that there's at least one of us and probably some kind of animal, and us being aware that they are ahead. Neither of us know the other one is there. So I think we're pretty messed up at this point. I think we have we've been in 2 fights today. We're down to, we got 6 hit points. So we're almost half of our hit points are down. I think we're going to try to hide. So we're going to try to wander off the road and just take cover and just be unnoticed. So we just wander off as if maybe something like a wolf or something was crossing the road and was hidden. We don't know that they've seen us. We're going to attempt to hide. I'm going to roll 2 dice to see what our active hiding is. Oh, it's bad. It's real bad. It's an 8 for me. That's a 2 for Finley. So Finley continues not to hide well. That brings my total stealth to 12. Finley's total is probably let's say 5. I've actually got him somewhere. There he is. Finley's stealth is +3. So yes, Finley's a 5. I'm a 12. They're going to roll just 1 roll. Natural 1. Okay. I got to remember. Well, I'm not going to roll these guys on the sheet anymore because it's just moving too slow. Okay. So we are able to move off the road and they will pass us by. And that'll be our completion of that particular encounter. We see this, there's a religious procession, which is what we rolled last time, which is these two monks. They are, we don't know who they are. We hear somebody up ahead of the road. We sneak off the road and hide, and they roll really poorly in order to catch us. So we're able to get through that with no trouble. Okay, so with that done, we are now heading on to our next town. So, and we're heading off here to the town of I'm going to go with Binexus, or yeah, Binexewes, Binexewes, which is a much larger town. And we have 10 districts here. So we're coming in, it's nighttime. This is a walled town. Are the gates shut? Yes, no. I think it's likely the gates are shut. I rolled a 9, so we're going to call that yes. Town is locked up tight for the night. So we have 10 districts here where our contact could possibly be. So let's see where they are. 7. They are in Cattle Court. Cattle Court is outside the walls. So the monks pass us by. We sneak down past on the road. We come into town. We make our way outside the wall through the wharf district. I'm not rolling for an encounter for that. We make it all the way around to the cattle court. And in the cattle court section, we wander around until we find our contact. So let's make some notes. We hide from the two monks. We go to town to Binexewes. Our contact is in cattle court. Who is our contact? Let's see. Now, what we're really doing here is just getting a name and a stat block, but let's see. Okay. So let's go with our big city denizens. Let's see. Let's roll a D3 to see which of our big city. This is a big city. Well, it's big-ish. It's like 15,000 people. So really, it's more of a small town. So let's go with, there's 3 possible ones. Table number 1. Table number 10. Pages 122 to 123. All right, so what we have here is we have Baron Delacroix Carp, an aggressively puffed up landowner. Doesn't make sense in context. We're going to have to do some tuning on this. But I think that what we can say is that this is that character. He is going to be, so let's make some notes here about how we're going to handle this. So we've got Baron Delacroix carp, known as the blowfish. And this is page 122, 123 from the Game Masters non-player characters. Okay. So what's our backstory that makes sense to have this person, member of the landed gentry, and how has he become a person who is outside the walls, probably in a place called Cattle Court. He's neutral evil in the book. So what's his backstory? How did he get here? So let's ask some questions. Question number 1, is he still neutral evil, yes or no? No, he is not. So the lion has changed to no longer evil. So is he neutral good? Natural 20, yes. And this has something to do with our order. So the same way that the order of monks that I belong to, which we have a name, but I do not remember what it is at the moment because there's just so much to keep track of. Let me just look at my articles here in World Anvil. We are not the Gathering of Vaporqueer. We are a different group. Let's check our notes. Maybe we wrote it down like smart people might. Not obviously. Yes, we are the children of Yurihusha. So how did the children of Yurihusha manage to help the Baron and get him into this position? Is he still wealthy? No. Okay. Did he lose his wealth or give it away? So did he somehow fall on hard times? No. Did he give away his wealth? Also no. Okay, it's got to be one or the other. So let's make a new roll and let's just say on a no, he lost his wealth by some kind of foul play, stole from him. Yet he voluntarily gave up his wealth. So he has lost his wealth. Was this voluntary? Yes or no? No, it was not a voluntary move. His wealth was lost to him. So this big top man who always travels with a boarhound, apparently, which is awesome. We like dogs. And a very rich man who had, in his backstory, he married a wealthier older woman. He's come to a position where um, you know his wife passed away. No, she hasn't. Um, Came to a position where somehow he was scammed. We don't need to know how. He was scammed out of his money, um, fell on hard times, became spiritually lost, and ended up, much like Iona did, um, being kind of taken in and spiritually fed, as it were, by the children of Yuri-Husha. Um, and so, much like I am working as kind of an operative and doing things for the group, he is also working as an operative and doing things for the group. So we are going to meet up with the Baron, the ex-Baron. Um, ooh, maybe he suffered a military loss. No. Okay. Does that have anything to do with the our opposing order? It does. Okay. Interesting. So the people who stole our book are also the people who stole from him. So let's write some of this down. So Baron has lost money, has something to do with people who stole the book. Well, they stole the book from us. I don't know if we stole the book from them first. Maybe we did. Um, uh, his alignment is no. He works with us. So Baron works with us. We are so we come into the town of Binexewes, and we, um, we see the city lights in the distance, the flickering of oil lamps showing, high up in the castle, um, and on the east side of town. Um, and as we're coming in um, from the west, the easiest thing for us to do is to walk along the wharf. And this is a town that has a certain amount of trade going on, um, but it's so even though it's late, there's a certain amount of activity as people are loading or unloading goods to be sent down the river, or that have been sent from up the river um, down into town, or possibly even as caravans come in, and as people come in when they come in, right? And so as all that's happening, we go past the hustle, we go past the bustle. There are more noise and people than we've seen in days. It's a little bit off-putting because we've been on the road, and we're feeling again like we're pretty fucked up, and we fight our way, or we fought our way here, and now we're just kind of staggering along. Nobody really pays attention to us, and we make our way around the top of the wharf through the North Ward. Is that like a rough part of town? No, not really. North Ward, which is poor but not tough. It's just outside the gates. It might even be more of a wealthy area. Is it more of a wealthy area? No. Middle class? Yes. Good. Okay, so people with some money who wanted to build have started to build up North Ward outside of the city. It's like new construction kind of place. As we're out of room inside the gates. And then we make our way around that over into the cattle court. Um, and following the instructions that we have already gotten, we find a, um, let's see, um, dwelling shop, dwelling over a shop. No, you gotta roll. You gotta come up with a yes/no question when you do these things, man. I really want a table for this. Okay, let's make a table real quick. So what are the things that this where he could be? Um, uh, so we'll say cattle court is either. We'll go with our traditional squalid, um, poor, modest merchant. Squalid, poor, modest merchant. Let's roll a d4 for that. I know I have one. There we go. Merchant. So this is like a merchant area. It's right next to the castle. It's right outside the gates. Okay, so is this merchants like sales? Is it merchant like warehouses? Or is it merchant like residential, like merchant houses? The same way that we decided that the North Ward was? Or is it merchant like counting houses? Like kind of a banking district? Probably not a banking district. That's 4 options. Let's roll. Okay. So this is kind of a warehouse district. Um, um, is there any housing in this district at all? Mm-mm. So we are hoping to meet him at this warehouse. So we make our way to the warehouse where we are supposed to meet him. This was our contact spot. And I'm going to say we are expected, but they didn't know when he would show up. It could be 2, 3, 4 days in different times. Baron, this is like his warehouse. Is he a merchant? Is he a merchant now? So we don't know what the connection is to this warehouse. But we make our way there. We find the offices that are connected to this warehouse, and we knock on the door. Is our contact at home? He is. Yes. And he's expecting us. So we make our way through this kind of sort of abandoned area, through the warehousing, and find the place where we're supposed to get to. We give the secret knock or whatever, and the Baron comes to the door, opens the door, and welcomes us inside. It's sort of rough, like, so you're Iona? Like, yes, we are. Well, you should come in. And you look kind of fucked up. We explain what happened and tell him the story of how we were out and how we got into several fights, and how we were the. And I can't just keep calling them the opposition. I think I need to give these people a name. So I'm going to go fancy name generators. Let's get a cult name. This is really frustrating. All right, let's roll a d10. 9. Yeah, that's a 9. The cult of Izitsism. So we're going to say that the opposition would call themselves the Church of Yaziti. Eyziti. So the Church of Yaziti, or the Yazitism, are our opposing cult, and we tell the Baron that they stole our book. We were there. We thought it would go okay, but it did not. So I'm going to grab a little bit of water here. Sorry about that. I'm just thirsty. Okay. So we tell the Baron that this is the thing that has happened. And he is going to have, I think, some possible responses here. One is to tell us to, because I'm assuming that this book is important for some reason. We don't know what the book is, but I'm assuming that it contains important information, or is a critical, is a critical piece of someone's research. So, otherwise, like, if it's not important, what's the point? We have this important item, and um, the question is his response like, go back out there, find this guy, beat him up, take the book back? Is his response, let you and me go out there, find this guy, beat him up, and take the book back? Or is his response, you need to go to the next stop, wherever that's going to be, and you need to communicate with people about, and like, you need to let leadership know, essentially, like, you need to get back here. You need to, I was supposed to deliver the book here. I need you to go there. I'm going to go home for this guy with the book. Those are the 3 possible answers that he could have. We're going to say, we'll roll d6 on these. So 1 to 2, he says, go back and get it. 3 to 4 says, us, go back and get it. And 5 to 6, go ahead to next town, to next stop. I go get it. And you know what? I'm going to go with an 8-sided because I like that better. And I'm going to give that one 5, 6, 7, and 8. I'm going to load the dice. Okay. Okay. 1, 8. 5, 6. You go ahead to the next stop. I'm going to pursue this guy. So okay. Do I actually like that plot better? In the long run, that plot might suck, right? Because in the long run, what are we just going? Well, you know what? I said it, we did it, I committed, we're going for it. So he tells us to go where he was supposed to go. He will investigate Cord. So the Baron's plan is to try to find the whereabouts of Cord, confront him if he can, but mostly just try to figure out what the Church of Yesitsi is doing with this book. Our job is going to be to go on to the next town and figure out what things are going to do. We say, great, can we talk about this in the morning? We need a long rest. He agrees, and we kind of find out that this particular warehouse space is not like a secret base. It's just that he's been hanging out here worried about this courier who was supposed to show up sometime in the next 2 days and didn't show up. He's kind of worried about the courier was staying late um, at this location, which is actually a warehouse he has a business connection to. And he takes us to his actual home, which is anywhere but the Castle District. Pig Heath? Where's Pig Heath? I think it must be around the corner there. Okay. Also outside the walls, he has another place where he is staying. He takes us there, feeds us a lovely meal, or his wife feeds us a lovely meal. No, his wife does not feed us a lovely meal. Does she still have the wealth and she just kicked him out? Oh, yeah. Okay. Okay. All right. That makes sense. It's not really important backstory, but it's backstory. She still has the wealth. He got kicked out. Okay. So, he leads us back to where he's staying. We have a simple meal, and most importantly, critically, as it were, we managed to finally get a law. Well, that was an odd thing that just happened. So we're going to take a long rest. And not only going to take a long rest, but because of where we're at, it is going to be time to click that long rest button. Heck yeah. Take a long rest. Oh, so good. Now it's time, because we've finished our first leg of the journey, and it is time to level up. So let's go ahead and do that patiently, with a great deal of patience. All right. Okay. I was doing experience XP, but I think that at this point, we've been through enough that we're second level no matter how many encounters we've had. Okay. So the only thing we get here is we get we get a dedicated weapon, which we can choose. We get we can just pick it with every short rest. We get unarmored movement starting at second level. Our speed increases by 10 feet. And we finally get some key points. Let's go ahead and manage our HP. Right now, our rolled HP is an 8. Let's roll the metal die and get some extra HP. Ooh, that sucks. So, 2, 3. We rolled a 3. Not great. So our maximum hit points are now 15 at second level. Oh, Finley gets to roll a d8 as well. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Down to extras. Let's go to Finley. Let's go to his hit points. And I think we can click on his max HP. Well, there's a way to customize him, to customize. So he gets a D8. So he gets 5. So if he gets 5 extra hit points, plus 1 is 6, his new maximum HP is 28. And his current HP, as we've just taken a long rest, is just healing past his max, so we don't have to do any. Yeah, okay. And his current HP is 28. So I'll write this down here too. So he has an HP of 28. 28. He has not cast any spells. I guess he kind of started out as a level 4 Blink Dog and a level 1 Sidekick. And then does he get anything for being level 2? And I think he might. I just need to find where I put his stat block. his character sheet. There we go. So view with stat block. Class features. Okay, he doesn't get anything in second level or third level, except that he gets to learn a new spell. He doesn't get any extra spell slots, but he gets to learn a new spell. So does he get another cantrip? It would be great if he got another cantrip. No, he doesn't get another cantrip until third level. So right now we've still got only Guidance and Sacred Flame. I took Sacred Flame. I don't think it's a good cantrip. There's a lot of damage dealing cantrips, but I really think that the ones that just go on either saving throw or else you get nothing are kind of not great. But we took it, so we're stuck. We also took Cure Wounds. So what would be another spell that we would want to take? And I feel like the fact that I am scrolling so slowly right now means that we are not going to solve this right now. So I will offline and later figure out what Finley's hit points are. So where are we going? Let's say that we are going to go in a direction. We will ignore due east, since we just came from due east. And let's see what it says. Due east. Southwest. Okay. So let's look at our map here. Okay. What is southwest of us? Southwest of us, there is mountains, there's a swamp, and there are a couple of river mouths. So let's go ahead and say we've got mountains. We've got this like kind of savanna forest woods area. We've got another river town, or it could be another river town. We've got a swamp or wetlands. Just don't make much sense as a, and okay, so I'm just going to go with we're going to the river. 4 is the river mouth. And yeah, because that's what's southwest of us. Great. So let's roll a d4. River mouth. So okay, which river? 1, 2, or 3? 1. Okay, so that's more west than southwest, but I'll take it. So he wants us to go to the river mouth of the River Dunstan. So our destination is mouth of River Dunstan. I'm going to assume that there's a settlement there. It doesn't make a lot of sense for us to go there without there being some kind of a settlement. So let's go with one. I think in the mountains I would have gone with monastery. So we'll go with, it's either like a hamlet, a village, a town, a city, or a metropolis. So we'll roll a 6-sided die. We'll ignore the 6 and re-roll. 3, town. Okay, so let's go ahead and we will put a town on, I will put a town on that offline. And then we will know what the name of it is. So for the moment, we're just going to call it, the town at the mouth of the River Dunstan. Okay. Dunstanville. And it's a town-sized settlement. Are we meeting someone like, well, this is where we were supposed to deliver the book. So, are we delivering it for further transport? Yes or no? Yes, this is a delivery for further transport. So this book apparently has to get from wherever it was across the plains to the mouth of the River Dunstan and then onward for further transport. Where to, we do not know. So further transport, I assume, by boat. That's a 10. Maybe we'll re-roll by boat. No. But, yeah. No, but what? Anyway, so in this ludicrous relay, we were to give the book to the Baron. The Baron was going to take the book to Dunstanville, and whoever his contact is in Dunstanville is supposed to bring the book somewhere else. So this is for further transport. However, are we like going to like a monastery or like an outpost or a library of our order? It's another 10. That's an 18, yes. So this is a monastery. This is an outpost. This is some sort of organized area for the order. So gosh, what are we like as an order? Are we like do we run schools? Yes, we do. Okay, so our order runs schools. Okay. Let's say we run schools. Let's ask another question. Do we run schools for the wealthy exclusively? No. Do we run schools for the non-wealthy exclusively? Yes. So we do charitable work. How do we survive? Who knows? We run charitable schools. Uh, but are we training people only to become monks and members of the order? No, of course not. Okay, so we do for general education, which somebody's got to in the D&D world because so many people can read and write. For general education, um, the place I'm going to is, the thing just popped into my head. Um, so am I heading to a school? Uh, no, but then why did I just find out that we had schools? Well, don't ask if you're not going to like the answer. It's like an administrative. No, no. Who knows? It is a. Okay, so we're moving to Dunstanville um, to a building operated by the order, there to meet Okay, so are we there to meet like another monk? No. So another member of the order who's a non-monk. Yeah. So we're there to meet another sort of um, quasi-acolyte. Let's find out something about our contact who we're supposed to meet. Let's get their class. So we'll roll two 12-sided dice. Yellow is the primary, blue is the secondary. Okay, we're there to meet a fighter. Okay. Let's see, I have a table I've written before. Yeah, let's roll an 8-sided die for species. A human fighter. So she so we're here to meet a human fighter. She is going to was meant to take custody of the book and bring it to on the next leg of its journey. So this is a very important book. It's got a lot of movement too. So Karen wants us to go do that, let her know what's going on, and get word, since this is a structure of the order. This will be communicated to the rest of the order. Okay. That's fine. So I'm just going to check in. Okay, so let's see. What have we done today? So that's our hour. We've been going for an hour. So what we've done today is we have leveled up. We have delivered the book. We have met an NPC, or we have failed to deliver the book, but we've delivered the news about the book. I think this is a great place to stop. And next week, we will find out where we're going and get adventuring again, get back on the road, figure out how we're going to get there. Okay, so thank you very much for if you are still watching this, thank you very much for watching to the end. I hope you have a wonderful day and keep